So today we're going to be drawing a picture and it's all verbal, so I'm not going to show you anything. You just have to do it by what I say. So today, do you want to use markers, pencils, or crayons?
Today I only have pencils with me.
Okay, that works. So we are going to set up your paper landscape style. Do you know what that means? Okay.
Yes. Hot dog, right?
Yes, it looks like our Zoom
Yeah,
screens.
perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
perfect. So you're gonna grab your blue pencil.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to start with the hard part of the drawing or the easy part?
I'm more of a take it on. Let's get with the hard stuff first, and then
Okay,
end with
perfect.
the easy.
So over here.
I'm not the artist ever, so I
You're
just
good.
okay, cool.
So, there are two halves of your page in this drawing scenario. On the right half of your page, imagine there is a square. Imagine there is a square. On the right side of the square, draw an up and down rectangle on the right side. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, on the right half of your paper, on the right side of that half of the paper, draw a rectangle up and down that takes up half of that half of the paper. Does that make sense?
It
On the
does.
right on the right of the right side, you're going to draw an up and down rectangle that takes up that half. Okay. Are you ready to move on?
No, let me
Okay.
draw.
And you're not coloring it in, by the way.
Okay, so I just outline it with the blue, right?
Yes. Yes. Perfect. This is an up and down rectangle.
Alrighty. I am ready to move on.
Okay, we're still on the right half of your paper. Right next to that rectangle, there's going to be two squares, one on top of the other. So when you're looking at the big picture, this should look like, if you put all these shapes together, it should look like a square on the right side of your paper. So rectangle next to two squares next to each other. Does that make sense? Or on top of each other?
So,
So a little square on top of a little square right next to the rectangle.
so not above it, not below it, on the side of it.
Yes, because your rectangle should be up and down. So
Okay,
next to it, it should be um,
two
little
square.
square, and then you still have the whole left side of your paper blank.
Yes. Do you still want me to do it with
Do
the
it in
blue?
blue.
Okay.
Yes, just the outline. Let me see how long we have left. Oh gosh, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so on the right side of your, or on the left side of your paper that you have blank, you're gonna draw a giant square in the blue that is the same size as the group of shapes that you drew on the other side.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So it should look like, um, if you're looking at the big picture, it should kind of look like two squares, like two giant squares. Okay, so there are three colors that we have: orange, yellow, and green.
Uh-huh.
Which color would you like to start with?
I'll start with green.
Okay, so green, those two little squares that we made one on top of each other, you remember those? On the
Hmm.
top, you're going to, inside of that blue little square, the top one, you're going to draw a green triangle with the tip at the top of the square, um, and it's going to be inside of it.
Inside of the square.
Yeah, inside of the top square next to that rectangle. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what color would you like to go with? Would you like to go with yellow or would you like to go with orange?
I'll go with yellow.
Okay. So remember the rectangle that we drew, the up and down one?
Yes.
Imagine, don't draw, that it is cut in half, long ways.
Okay.
So kind of like the squares next to it,
Yes.
cut in half that way. On the bottom half, draw a yellow circle that fills up that whole imaginary half, and we'll wrap up really quick. We're almost done.
Alrighty.
You got it? Okay. Next, so lastly, we have orange. On that giant square that you drew on the left side, remember?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to draw a giant orange arrow facing the other half of the paper. So facing the triangle that you just drew. You're going to draw a giant orange arrow that fills up that entire square. So like a bubble letter arrow that fills up the whole square.
Facing towards the triangle?
Facing towards that half of the paper.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right. Would you like to do the grand reveal?
Oh no.
You're good.
Okay, alrighty.
Show
All
me
right,
yours
let's
and
do
then
it.
I'll show you what it's supposed to look like.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't look the same. But that's all right. This is what it was supposed to look like.
Okay.
That's all right,
Alrighty.